Heading to this year's Chicago Marathon? I'm a runner who's been there before, and I've lots to share. Come along, let me be your guide. First things first, how do you get around the city? Well, first off, how do you get to the city? Well, if you come through O'Hare Airport, like I have done, you can easily get to the subway by taking the escalator or elevator down to the lower level, where you can pick up a Ventra card. That is a CTA and Pace Pass. You can get from anywhere from 1 to even 30 days, which you probably won't need 30 days. The 1-day pass is $5, 3-day pass is $15, and 7-day pass is $20. That's unlimited rides. You take the train right into the city. Of course, you may have some exchanges for different trains and or buses. But that's how I got around. I highly recommend it. I found it to be safe and pretty easy to use. Of course, other options are Uber or taxi. And if you're coming through Midway Airport, you can also get the train from there into the city. If you're a first-time Chicago marathoner, you may want to spend hours at the expo, held at McCormick Place. One thing for sure, if you get in town many days before the marathon and can make it on opening day, I highly recommend going there. My experience was, although there were a lot of people, from what I understand, there were far few people in the first hours than there can be as the days roll along. This is where you go, of course, to pick up your bib and get everything from shoes to shirts to race day nutrition and more at merchant booth. And last year I picked up a Pace tattoo at the expo as well. Definitely helped me on my run. Save some money for the pop-up stores. Last year I visited Tracksmith, Bandit, and Pioneers. The Tracksmith store is ever popular, as is Bandit. It can be a long wait to get into both of those stores, but show up early and it might not be so miserable. You see all of this gear that is specific to the Chicago Marathon. Make time to do shakeout runs and participate in other events while you're in the city. In fact, I advise that you go to Eventbrite. It will show you some of these events. I know that this year, Kafuzi, one of my favorite YouTubers, is going to be out there with last year's winner of the Chicago Marathon doing a shakeout run. A lot of these events require that you reserve a ticket, even if they're free. So go on Eventbrite, check it out. Love or don't love Nike, it is the official apparel sponsor for the Chicago Marathon, and so it is the brand that issues the official finisher's jacket. Last year, the jacket was released the day before the marathon. In fact, it seemed like it was kind of a surprise announcement, and I know that I was running from a shakeout run to get to the store to get my jacket, because it seems that it's so hard to get those. And the line was wrapped around the building, even though I was I was there probably within the first hour of opening. It's not the only place, I think, where you can get the finisher's jacket, though. I was hearing from others that there were some other stores, or at least one other store, that was selling it. A word of caution on marathon morning. My hotel last year didn't have a microwave, and I heard many other runners complaining about the same thing at their hotels. I circumvented this by using a thermos to keep water hot for many, many hours overnight, which I used in a coffee mug to mix my go-to marathon pre-meal, oatmeal, along with banana and peanut butter. Now, actually getting to the race, the year before, in 2023, I didn't see any buses on North Michigan Avenue, but surprise, surprise, I was able to actually catch a bus to the marathon site, and I saw others on public transportation as well. I suggest you call the Chicago Transit Authority to check on routes for marathon morning. Try to empty your bladder as much as possible while you're in your hotel. Porta potty lines were excessively long last year. I got around this by being a member of the Chicago Area Runners Association, which last year provided private porta potties to members. Look around, do your research. When you get to the race site, some say that the guards won't let you in with a filled water bottle, or that was the case last year. However, I was not hassled over my bottle and my flask, which had my nutrition drink. So I don't know how they're going to be doing that this year, but that was my experience. Bib, I suggest that you keep it visible at all times. Doing so will help ensure that the mats catch your time. Now, some say that you don't need to worry about this, that the mats will catch your time whether the bib shows or is covered, but my position is, why take a chance? I wouldn't do it. The blue line. The blue line is the shortest route to the finish, and if you run it all the way, you should be close to running the 26.2 miles and not adding unnecessary mileage. So look out for that blue line and try to run it as closely as possible. The day after the marathon, I was first in line at the Bandit pop-up shop to get my free professional marathon portrait. That was something that I found out about because I was I signed up in an email for alerts. So whether it's Bandit or Tracksmith or whatever stores, be on the lookout for special things that are going on the day after. Tracksmith has, at least in the last few years, they will put your time on a poster, your finishing time on a poster, and it's free. But you got to get in, and it could be dependent on supply. But again, a great opportunity to meet other marathoners, finishers, talk about the experience, and just enjoy the rest of what's left of your Chicago marathon time. So, okay, runners, I could say more, but I'm going to let you get ready, pack your bags, and have your fun at the marathon. Wishing everybody well. I hope it's going to be an absolutely wonderful experience.